welcome to Barre with Mary. It is day 6 of your 7-day Feel Good Challenge. I am so excited for today's class. Props. You're going to want 2 things, a set of light weights and a Pilates ball, which I almost just threw you. So if you don't have these, no big, okay? Go ahead and grab a couple of cans of beans or a couple of water bottles that are filled, and those can stand in for your weights. In terms of the ball, go ahead and grab a beach towel and just roll it up burrito style. You could also grab like a little decorative pillow from your couch, like that's kind of about the width of this ball, and you can use that. Set your weights off to the side. Keep your ball in your hands. Let's get started in a wide turned out position. So take your feet wider than your shoulders, turn your legs out, and then squeeze the ball between your hands, coming all the way down into your wide turn out position. Rise up, reach the ball toward me, lower down, draw it, and pick it up and down. Go lift and lower. So for today's class, we have a really fun seat work series. It's gonna get some good inner thighs and hamstrings. And then we have a series, one of my very favorites, a side lying series, really working the outer hips and the outer glutes. So as you take this wide turn out, the intro of class, what I want you to find is you're getting a little bit of heat into the lower body. You're opening up the hips, you're feeling your inner thighs rotate up to the ceiling, and then you're really squeezing your heels in towards one another as you come down to help activate the glutes. We have 4 more like this. 4, 3, 2, stay low, just squeeze the ball, go squeeze, and squeeze, and squeeze. So as you squeeze the ball at the chest, really feel like your activation in the abdominals. Front low ribs are knitting together. Feel the sides of your waist hugging in, and then your pubic bone is scooping up towards your belly button. Now hold the squeeze on the ball. Take a little twist to the right, come back to center. Switch, twist to the left, come back to center. Pick up the pace, go right, center, and left, center. Little twist, little twist. So as you twist, I want you to really feel your opposite thigh bone pressing open. So we're not rolling in on the feet. We're keeping the inner thighs pressing wide. And we're twisting not from the hips, but from the rib cage. Twist the ribs to the right, the ribs to the left. You'll notice the ball is staying right in the center of my chest. So I'm not twisting my shoulders here. Again, I'm twisting my ribs. Go 4, 3, 2, last one. Hold it center, drop the hips. Little pulse, and then you can stay right where you are, or maybe you want to extend the arms toward me. Or, if you want a little bit more, reach the ball all the way overhead, softening the shoulders down the back, add a squeeze on the ball. Go squeeze and squeeze. Yes, you're here for 8, 6, here for 4, 3, 2, rise up, rotate to parallel, wide leg forward fold. Let the ball come down to your mat. Press both hands into the ball and just take a moment to enjoy a forward fold, letting your head be heavy. Push your left hand into the ball, and on your next inhale, I want you to twist, reaching your right arm up to the sky, opening the chest. Maybe circle your right wrist around here. Reverse your circle. Inhale, open, a little wider, twisting. Exhale, switch. Your right hand comes down to the ball. Inhale, the left arm reaches high. Maybe you circle to the left wrist. Reverse your circle. Inhale, open 1 more inch. Exhale, left hand back down to the ball. Crawl your hands over to the right side of your mat. Plant your hands. Bring the ball back between your inner thighs as you step back into a high plank position. So the ball is high in between your thighs. We're going to start to squeeze the ball. Go squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. Hands are underneath the shoulders. Your fingers are spreading really wide here. And I want you to feel the back of your head pressing up to the ceiling, almost like you're pushing it into a headrest, so that the front of your throat is open. Now as you squeeze the ball, you're activating the inner line of energy, the inner thighs here. Really feel how as you squeeze the ball, you can also lift the low belly up towards the ceiling, firing up to the transverse abdominis. 8 more squeezes. 8, 6, here for 4, 3, 2, lift the hips, downward dog. Imagine pushing the ball back behind you here, really rotating the inner thighs in and back, opening up across the low back. And then of course you can take any movement that feels good for you. Take a big breath in and let it go. Reach back, grab the ball. Roll forward back to your plank position and tap down onto your forearms, bringing the ball in between your palms. Now squeeze the ball between your hands, push down into your forearms, and take a big breath in. As you exhale, hips are not going to move, left leg's going to march up to the sky. Lower the left toes down, switch your right leg, lift, and right leg lower a little faster. Go left and right. March the left leg up, switch your right leg up. So as you march one leg at a time here, I want you to really focus on keeping your hips completely still. So we're not rocking the hips from side to side as we lift the leg. The way you stabilize your hips is really hugging the abdominals in and wrapping the front low ribs in and up to the sky. 4 more marches here, go 4, 3, 2, the last one, hold your plank, inhale. Exhale, squeeze the ball, pull your elbow tips back and lift the belly up to the sky, hold 4, 3, 2, child's pose, big toes together. Keep the ball reaching out in front of you, stack your hands on top of it, and then just let your hands gently press into the ball, opening up the shoulders and the chest a little bit. Your seat reaches back to your heels here. Big inhale, and let it go. Roll yourself up to seated. We're going to swing our legs around in front of us. And I want you to lay all the way back down on your back, bringing your ball with you. Now once you get there, lift your hips up and roll the ball underneath your sacrum. So that triangular bone at the base of your spine, put the ball right there. Arms are going to rest at your side, or if you need a little more, you're going to reach them up to the ceiling. A lot more balance in this position, okay? Take a big inhale. And then as you exhale, I want you to imagine trying to flatten the ball. So really pull your abdominals down towards the ball here. Notice if you're squeezing your glutes, try to relax the glutes and really bring that energy into the belly. One more time, breathe in. And then as you exhale, float the legs up, tabletop position, finding your balance. Again, if this is too challenging, rest your arms on the floor, okay? Take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, just your arms are going to reach back behind you. And then arms sweep right back up. It's just the arms reach back and arms reach forward. I'm hitting my plant. So as your arms reach back, I want you to notice if your thighs are creeping closer to your chest. Really try to keep your knees stacked over your hips or possibly an inch or two farther out away from your hips. And as your arms reach back, use your exhale to knit the low ribs in and to continue, there it is, hugging your abdominals down into the ball. 2 more reaches with your arms. Exhale, arms overhead. Inhale, sweep them up. Last time, arms reach back. Now keep the arms lifting to the sky. Inhale here. As you exhale, both legs extend out. Draw right back in. It's just the legs, you reach them out. And pull them in. Now as your legs reach out, you have to use the strength of your abdominals to really find your balance on the ball. Exhale. Inhale. 4 more times. Now if it's too much to bring your legs low, just go ahead and lift them up more towards the ceiling, then towards the wall. 2 more times. Exhale, extend. And inhale in. Last time, legs reach up. Now you know where we're going. Both arms and legs are reach them out. And pull them in. Yes, you've got it. Exhale out. And inhale in. Now as the limbs reach out, really feel how much you need to wrap the sides of your waist in order to maintain balance, in order to maintain a neutral spine. So we're not allowing the rib cage to flare open, even though the weight of the arms and legs are being added into our abdominal contraction. 2 more times. Exhale out. And inhale in. Last time here, go reach. Now hug everything back above the shoulders, above the knees. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, I want you to turn your legs out. So your knees come out to the side and your heels come together to touch. You have this butterfly shape in your legs. Just the left leg is going to lower down towards the mat. Lift it up, switch. Right leg lower. Right leg lift. Exhale as you lower. Inhale as you lift. So a little bit more heat now into the obliques. Feeling the sides of the waist wrapping in towards the belly button. Use your exhale to really fire up here. Now I'm guessing you're noticing how much balance work you have to do. That is very intentional, okay? All of this extra balancing is just one more layer of work for your core muscles. So we're asking not only for our abdominals to maintain this beautiful neutral spine position, we're also asking all of our stabilizing muscles to keep us from falling off of the ball. And if you do fall off, no big, okay? You can always bring your arms down to the mat for a little bit more support. 2 more times, exhale, lower. And inhale, lift. Last time, right leg down. Now hold at center, squeeze your heels together, flex your feet, inhale. As you exhale, extend the legs out to straight. Cross right leg over left, switch. Left over right, pick it up. Go right, left, little cross, little cross, little cross. Now feel the line of the inner thighs. We set that up during our plank series when you were really squeezing the ball. I want you to imagine you're still squeezing the ball between your inner thighs. Hug them in towards one another and feel how the low belly really fires up here. Now you can stay where you are, or maybe you send the arms overhead and lower the legs just a little deeper. You're here for 8, 7, 6. We'll hold it in 4, 3, 2. Squeeze your heels together, hold. Take a big inhale. Now as you exhale, hug the low ribs in and down. Keep the ribs hugging in and down, just reach the arms and leg 1 inch farther away from each other. Hold and breathe for 4, 3, 2. Lower the feet to the mat. Lift your hips, grab the ball out. Bring the ball between your inner thighs. Now from here, slide your forearms back and prop yourself all the way up onto your hands, coming into this reverse tabletop setup. So fingers are pointing towards our heels. I want you to really push down into the mat and lift your chest. Now squeeze the ball. Keep your heart lifting. Take a tricep dip, bending the elbows, and rise right back up. You've got it. Dip and press. Go down and up. So here, not going to be the hardest tricep work you've ever done in your life. That doesn't mean it's not also useful though. So as you come back with the elbows, I want you to feel your elbow tips squeezing in towards one another. Notice if you're letting your shoulder heads roll forward, and really try to broaden across the collarbone. So we're wide across the chest, softening our shoulders down away from our ears. 4 more, go 4, 3, 2. Now take it down halfway, hold it. Push your hands into the mat, lift your chest, and then maybe bend your elbows 1/4 inch more. Just squeeze the ball between your thighs for 8, 7, 6, 5. You're here for 4, 3. Hold the squeeze, inhale. On your exhale, extend the arms to straight, push into the heels, lift the hips, come to a reverse tabletop position, opening up across the chest. Now really squeeze the ball between your thighs, squeeze your glutes, and then maybe lift your hips a hair higher. Push your hands into the mat, feel your shoulder blades drawing down your back, and just hold in stillness here. Hold and breathe for 4, squeeze the ball, it's 3. You're here for 2. Now lower the hips just halfway down to the mat. Shift your weight back into your hands, squeeze the ball, it's tricep dips, down and up. You've got it, down and press. So if this is too much with your seat hovering, you know where you can go. Just tap your seat down to the mat anytime. We're continuing to squeeze the ball between our thighs, continuing to just roll the shoulder heads away and opening up our chest. You're here for 4, 3, 2, bend halfway down, hold it. Push your hands into the mat. Lift your chest, bend your elbows 1 inch more, and squeeze the ball between your thighs for 8, 7, 6, 5. You're here for 4, 3, 2. Hold the squeeze, arms come straight. Inhale. Exhale, drive into the heels, squeeze the seat, lift up, reverse tabletop. We're just gonna hold it. Push into your hands, draw your shoulders away from your ears, and try to pop the ball between your inner thighs. Now wrap your front low ribs in, and squeeze your glutes. Lift your hips a little bit higher, opening up across the chest. Hold here for 4, 3, 2. Set your seat all the way down. Keep the ball where it is. Just lay back on your back. back dancing position. Drive down into your heels, squeeze the ball, inhale. As you exhale, lift your seat to this low bridge hover, so just a few inches off the mat. Now tap your seat down, squeeze the ball, lift the seat up. You've got it. Tap and lift. Go down and up. So feet are hips distance. We're driving our heels down into the mat. And as you squeeze your seat and lift to this low hover, I want you to include a squeeze on the ball every time you lift. So not only are we going to start to target our hamstrings and our glutes, but we're also getting some really strong inner thigh work as well. So as you squeeze the ball, double check that you're not allowing your low back to arch. So the ribs are hugging in, and the backside of the rib cage is softening down towards the mat below you. 4 more here, go for it. 3, 2, hold the lift, squeeze the ball, go squeeze, and squeeze, and squeeze. Really push into your heels, soften your shoulders into the mat, and notice if you're carrying tension in your face. Try to relax your face, and let all of that tension come more into the abdominals, into the glutes, and into the inner thighs. You have 8 more squeezes on the ball, go 8, 6, here for 4, 3, hold the squeeze on the ball, inhale. Now as you exhale, I want you to lift both heels to a low hover, and then lower the heels back to the mat. It's lift them up, and lower them down. So hips are staying nice and still, just your heels are lifting off the mat, and tapping right back down. Don't worry about going to your highest position here. Just lift your heels even halfway up, that's great. Feel the squeeze on the ball every time you lift the heels. So we're not letting our ankle bones roll out. Really feel as though your ankle bones are squeezing in towards one another. 2 more times, heels lift up, heels lower down. Now I want you to lift the heels and I want you to hold it. Squeeze the ball with everything you have and pulse your hips 1 inch. Go little up, little up, little lift, little lift. So lots of heat should be building in your inner thighs, in your hamstrings, and in your glutes. Every time you pulse the hips up, I want you to feel the squeeze on your glutes. Go, 16, 15. This is the start of your seat work, okay? It's not just like a little intro teaser. I promise. This is the first half of seat work. You have 8 more pulses, 8, 6, here for 4, 3, 2, hold the lift, inhale, squeeze the ball. As you exhale, lower both heels down to the mat. Now actively drive into your heels and flex your feet. So lift the balls of the feet off of the mat here. So you're driving your heels down. Squeeze the ball, start to pulse your hips. Little up, little up. Now as you drive down through your heels, I want you to imagine dragging your heels back towards you. So you really fire up the hamstrings, the muscles that line the backside of the thighs. With every lift of the hips, continue to think about squeezing the ball. You're here for 16. 8, 6, hold the lift in 4, 3, 2, hold the lift, just squeeze the ball. Go squeeze and squeeze. Things change really soon. Continue to drive down into your heels. Feel the heels energetically pulling back towards your hips. And then with every squeeze of the ball, soften your rib cage down to the mat. Go 8, you hold in 6, you hold in 4, 3, 2, squeeze the ball, hold it, maybe reach the arms up to the sky. Take a big inhale. Exhale, push into your heels, pop the ball between your thighs, and then really squeeze the glutes as you lift the hips a hair higher. Hold and breathe for 4, 3, 2, lower the seat, take the ball out and roll onto your left side so you're facing me. The ball can just be set off to the side, you don't need it for this next series. Take your left arm and just allow it to become like a little pillow for your head here. Now knees are gonna bend, the heels are in line with the sits bones. Extend your top right leg long, tap it down to the mat, squeeze, lift to hip height, you got it, tap and lift, go down and up. Now if you prefer to prop your head all the way up on your hand, you're more than welcome to do that here, okay? I want you to find for this sideline series that we're keeping our hips as still as possible. So very similar to what we talked about during our forearm plank when we're doing our marches. The abdominals are hugging in so that your hips are not rocking up and down. You'll notice this top right hip sometimes wants to kind of lift up towards the rib cage. Try to stay long through both sides of your waist, firing up that bottom left side oblique. 4 more times, go 4, 3, 2, hold your right leg at a hover, trace little circles, little circle. About the size of a little tangerine or maybe even a quarter, really tiny little circles here. So again, it's tempting for your pelvis to move around here. Make the circle really small and think about it just being your thigh bone tracing a circle. It's not the whole pelvis that's tracing a circle here. You're here for 4, 3, 2, just reverse directions the other way, a little circle. Now I want to see if you can squeeze and extend your right leg even straighter. So really fire through the right quadricep here and send energy out through your right toes. You have 8 more circles, 8, 6, you're here for 4, 3, 2, flex through your right foot, bend the right knee into the chest. Extend the right leg straight out toward me. And then straight right leg sweeps all the way back, you've got it. Pull it in, kick it out, sweep it back. Go pull it in, kick it out, sweep it back. Keep going like that. So you can take this top right hand and you can tent it into the mat for a little bit more stability. You can also make this movement much smaller. It does not have to come all the way to your chest. I want to challenge you to keep the right leg at hip height at least the whole time. We're maintaining this parallel position, and I'm hoping there's a lot of heat building in the outer right glute, the outer right hips. That's what we want. You have 2 more just like that. Right knee pulls in and extends and sweeps. The last time here, go in, extend. Now pull your right knee to your chest, extend it toward me and hold it there. Just pulse your right leg up. You got it. Up and up and up. Stay long through both sides of the waist. And please know your leg does not have to be at 90. You could slide it down more like 45. You have 16 pulses to your hold. Go 16, 15. Long through both sides of the waist. Soft through your shoulders. 8 more pulses. 8, 6. You're here for 4, 3, 2. Here's your hold. Inhale. Exhale, draw your right big toe closer towards your nose. Extend more energy through your right heel and maybe lift the right thigh 1 inch higher. Hold and breathe for 4, 3, 2. Ooh, roll onto your back. Find a figure 4 stretch, crossing the right ankle over the left thigh. Amazing work. You can keep your left foot planted, or maybe you want to float the left leg up, grabbing a hold of the back of the left thigh. You enjoy your stretch. I'm just going to spin around so that I'm still facing you to the second side. Take a big inhale in that figure 4 stretch, and a big exhale. Release your stretch. Roll onto your right side. Bend the right elbow, so you give yourself a little pillow for your head. Bend your knees. Heels come in line with your seat. Right leg stays where it is. Left leg extends all the way straight. Now I want you to float the left leg up just to hip height, and then tap it down. You've got it. Go, it's up and down. Left leg lifts up and lower. So same series, just on the other leg now. We will not repeat the back dancing. That was a one-time thing. I'm sure your inner thighs are talking to you. We're not quite done with the ball. I should be honest with you about that. Now, as you lift up and down here, double check that your pelvis isn't moving. So on this side, it's going to be the left hip that wants to creep up to the left bottom rib. Really try to stay long through both sides of the waist, lifting up through the bottom right obliques, drawing your pubic bone up towards your belly button, and continuing to knit the front low ribs together. 8 more lifts. Go 8, 7. Could you get your left leg a little bit straighter every time you lift it up? Go 4, 3, 2. Hold the lift of the left leg, trace little circles, go little circle, little circle. So again, check in. Maybe the circle needs to be even smaller in order to maintain stability of your pelvis. So it's just the left thigh bone that's tracing the circles. That's the only thing that's moving. Nothing else should be moving here. You have 4, 3, 2. Just change directions the other way. Little circle. Now, could you get your left leg a little bit straighter for the second set? Really squeezing your left quadricep and shooting energy out through your left toes. Beautiful. You have 8, 6. You're here for 4, 3, 2. Flex your left foot, bend your left knee to your chest. Extend the left leg toward me, and then straight legs. Sweep your left leg back in line with your hip. You pull it in, kick it out, sweep it back. You've got it in and forward and sweep. So I do not care if your left foot is pointed or flexed, does not make any difference to me. You can take your top left fingers and you can tent them on the mat so you have a little bit more stability. Just double check that you're not letting this left shoulder cave in. Keep the chest nice and open. Now the challenge is, can you keep your left leg in line with your left hip throughout this whole series? 2 more times. Go in and forward and sweep. Last time here, go in and forward and sweep. Now you've got it in and forward and hold it there. Pulse your left leg up and up and up. Now again, your left leg does not have to be at 90. You can sweep it down so it's more like a 45-degree angle, okay? That's probably not the correct geometry. Geometry was like my least favorite math subject. So correct me, I feel like that was probably not the right degree of angle. Did I distract you for a minute? Good. Maybe left leg gets straighter. 16, 15. Final hold for seat work. In 8, in 6. You're there in 4, 3, 2. Hold, inhale. As you exhale, maybe kick your left foot a few inches closer toward your nose. Maybe extend the left leg straighter. Maybe lift it a little higher. Hold and breathe for 4, 3, 2. Ooh, roll on your back, figure 4, left ankle crosses over right thigh. The right foot is welcome to stay planted, or you can float the right leg up, grabbing a hold of the back of the right thigh. Ooh, I'm finding a little bit of movement here. Amazing work. Big breath in, and a big breath out. Release your stretch. You're gonna rock and roll yourself all the way up onto your knees. Now, if your mat is not cushioning enough for you, go ahead and roll your mat up or grab yourself a pillow. Ball is gonna come in between your thighs. But quite honestly, you could just stand too. You don't have to be on your knees for this. Whether you're on your knees or standing, I want you to bring your ball in between your thighs and grab your weights. Sweep your arms back behind you as you hinge your torso forward here. Now really squeeze the ball. So maybe walk your feet or your knees a little closer towards each other so you feel an active squeeze on your ball. From here, you bend the arms in half. You tricep kick them back. You've got it. Go. It's in and back. We bend it in and reach. Torso is hinging forward. Your seat is reaching back. Now I want to challenge you to keep your elbows higher than the backside of your ribs the entire time here. So we're really targeting the triceps, which are the muscles that line the backside of your upper arm. The pinky fingers are lifting up to the ceiling, and your thumbs are pointing down towards your mat. You have 4 more here. Go 4, 3, 2. Arms are going to stay straight. Just squeeze them in. Go squeeze and squeeze. Now as you squeeze your arms, you squeeze the ball. Go squeeze and squeeze. So everything's squeezing in toward midline. Just like we did in our tricep dips, I want you to feel your shoulder blades drawing down your back and really open across the chest. So roll your shoulder heads back, staying nice and broad across your collarbones. Could you get your arms a little bit straighter? Really reaching energy out through your knuckles. Here for 8 more, for 6 more, here for 4, 3. Hold the squeeze in, flip your palms up to the sky and pulse your arms up and up and up. You've got it. Lift and lift. Now if this doesn't feel good for you, you can also flip your palms down and face the floor instead. I want you to maintain the big squeeze on the ball. Really feel how your inner thighs are wrapping in, and see if you can get a little bit longer from the crown of your head all the way to your hips. 16 lifts. Go 16, 15, 12. Beautiful work. You have 8 more here. Go 8. Go 6. You're here for 4, 3, 2. Arms lift up. Just hold it. Breathe in. As you exhale, extend your arms straighter and maybe lift the arms a little bit higher. Hold here for 4. Squeeze the ball. For 3. For 2. Nothing changed. Just sweep your arms out in front of you. Extending arms straight. Palms face each other. Narrow row. Stay with me. Fly the elbows high. Squeeze the arms down. Send the arms long. You've got it. Go. It's in and up and in and forward. Go. Pull back and sweep and lower and reach. Yes. So as your arms lift to this 90 position, 90-degree position. Man, today's a geometry class. I want you to double check that your shoulders are not creeping up to your ears. So really feel shoulder blades down the back. Squeeze and reach. You've got it. In and up and squeeze. 2 more times. Go in and up. Now this time I want you to hold the up. Squeeze the ball in. Go and squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. So arms are staying strong. Shoulder blades down your back. Draw the elbow tips back. Go. 8 more. Go 6 more. Here for 4, 3, 2. Hold it there. Inhale. As you exhale, pull your elbows back 1 more inch. Try to pop the ball between your thighs and hold for 4, 3, 2. Set one weight down. Take the ball out from your thighs. Set the ball off to the side. And then find yourself to standing. If you want to go through a down dog, feel free to do that. Keep your one weight and find a spot at a wall or at a chair. Left hand is going to come to your stable surface. The weight is going to be in your right hand. Narrow V position. So heels are together. Toes are apart. Sorry, the ball is in my way. I want you to squeeze the right elbow into your side. Palm is facing toward me. Lift your heels slightly. Squeeze them together and then send your knees forward. Pause for a moment. You want to have this beautiful diamond shape in your legs. So really squeeze your heels in and then press your inner thighs open. So we have that counterbalance. Now from here, we're going to lower the hips for 4, 3, 2, 1. We lift them up halfway. We squeeze the heels. Yes, you've got it. Lower and lower and lower and lower. Take it up halfway. Squeeze. Now add your arm. The arm presses up. Nice and slow. 3, 4. It squeezes down. 2, 3. Again, you press it down. And 2 and 3. 90-degree bend in the elbow. You have 2 more that look just like that. I know it's slow. Stay slow. And really feel how this movement feels in your body. Now this time I want you to take it down to your low point. And I want you to hold it there. Just pulse your arm up and up and up. Squeeze your heels together. And feel how your knees are nice and stable over your second and third toe. So you're really activating the outer glutes and the inner thighs to stabilize your knee joints. Lift your chest, stacking your shoulders over your hips, and try to soften through your face and through your neck. 8 more pulses. 8, 6, here for 4, 3, 2, hold it there. Right elbow draws in, right elbow flies open. Pick it up, go. It's in and out. You've got it. In and out. Make sure the wrist joint on the right hand is nice and long. So knuckles are reaching up to the sky. Legs are in a static. Hold your here for 4, 3, 2. Right arm comes in. Hold it there. Right elbow's in line with your right armpit. Now keep your left foot where it is. Step your right foot forward just about a foot. Don't change where it is in space other than stepping it forward. So if your heels were still together, they'd be touching. Now pull your right hip back. Press your left hip forward. From here, just pulse your hips down. Go a little down, a little down, a little down. So it's a narrow V still. It's just a staggered stance. So you're going to start to feel a lot more heat into the back quadriceps. At least that's where I feel it. Option, you add a pulse with your right arm. Here, go pulse and pulse and pulse. Yes, beautiful work. It's up and up. You have 8 more here. Let's go. It's 8, 6. Here for 4, 3, 2. Right arm stays where it is. Just press your inner thighs. Go out and out. Little press, little press. It's so tempting to lean forward in the torso here. Keep the chest lifted. Keep the shoulders soft. And feel your inner thighs pressing open. 16 more. Go 16. Go 12. You're going to hold it. In 8, 6. You're here for 4, 3. Hold the press out. Big breath in. Exhale, squeeze the weight. Sink your hips lower. And then maybe draw your right elbow in towards your face just 1 more inch. Hold and breathe for 4, 3, 2. Step your right foot back to meet your left. Lower the right arm. We're switching to the other side, so nothing fancy. Just spin around, so your right hand comes to the wall. I'm gonna slide over to the other side, so I'm still facing you. Narrow V, weight in your left hand. Squeeze your left elbow into your side. Squeeze your heels together, nice and slow, we lower. 4, 3, 2, 1. We lift up halfway. Squeeze your heels together. Yes, it's down and down and down. If you have not already gotten it, this is thigh work. Add the arm, press it up. Nice and slow to that goalpost position. Squeeze it down. Stop before this feels easy. Yes, it's down. And 2, and 3, and 4. You've got it. Lift. 2. Squeeze your heels 2 more like that. It's down and down and down and down. You take it. Lift. Now take it down to your low point. Hold it at your low point. Pulse your left arm up and up and up. Heels are squeezing in. Inner thighs are pressing open. And then notice what's happening with your toes. Try to relax your toes as much as you can. And then think back to the heel raises, the calf raises we did in back dancing in that bridge series. It doesn't have to be the highest you can go here, okay? Just an inch or 2 off the ground is perfectly fine. 8 more. 6 more. Here for 4, 3, 2. Left arm hugs in. The left arm opens. Pick it up. You go in and out. You got it. In and out. Beautiful. Nice and soft in your left shoulder. Nice and long in your left wrist joint. You're here for 4, 3, 2. Left arm hugs in. Hold it. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, step your left foot forward about a foot. So it's in the same line it was before, just forward a few inches. Pull your left hip back, spin your right hip forward. Yes, just pulse your left arm up and up and up and up. You've got it. Maybe drop your hips. Little drop, little drop. Yes, it's down and down. Breathe. From here, we have one more variation, and then we finish in a parallel position. You will set the weight down, you won't use it. Okay, so this is it for your arms. You're gonna hold it low after 8 more. Here, go 8, 6, go 4, 3, 2, stay low, inhale. Left arm stays, just pulse your thigh bones out, go press, and press, and press. Like butterfly wings, it's out, and out, and out. Maybe sink a little bit lower. Maybe squeeze your left arm 1 more inch closer toward the center of your chest. 8 more here, go 8, 6, go 4, 3, 2, hold that press, inhale. Exhale, sink even lower. Press the left arm up 1 more inch. Hold and breathe. You're setting the weight down in 3. In 2, set your weight down, just out of your way, but stay at your chair or your wall. Feet comes hips distance. All 10 toes point forward. Lift all the way up. This time I want you in your highest heels. Send your knees forward. Beautiful. So hips stay stacked over the heels. Chest stays lifted. From here, come down for 2. Lift up, just halfway stop. It's down for 2. Lift up just halfway. Yes, so we're in a parallel position now. I like to keep my feet hips distance, but if you find this is uncomfortable on your knees, you can walk your legs all the way together, okay? You can also grab the ball and bring it in between your thighs if you want that. Now, as you move up and down here, you're gonna notice a couple things. 1, your heels you're gonna start to wanna lower. 2, you're gonna wanna start to lean forward, because that takes a lot of work out of the quadriceps. This is your final exercise of class. So let this be a total burnout for your quadriceps. 2 more times, go down for 2. Lift up just halfway. This time, take it down, hold it. Your heels tap down and up. You've got to tap the heels, lift them up. So nothing is changing from the hips up. Just my lower legs are extending and lifting. Yes, it's down and up. Lower and lift. Stay low. You're here for 4, 3. 1 more variation on deck. It's 2. Hold the lift of the heels. Here it is. Just pulse the hips. Little down, little down, little down. So in this position, Your knees are gonna come in front of your toes. Totally fine. Your heels are lifted, so it makes it safe. I want you to really feel your inner thighs squeezing towards one another. And I want you to fight to keep your heels lifted high and to keep your hips sinking low. 16 more, go 16, 15, final hold for classes on deck in 12. 8 more, go 8, go 6, here for 4, 3, 2, here's your hold, heels stay high, inhale. As you exhale, slide your knees forward, maybe, bring your hands to your heart, or maybe don't. Shoulders stay stacked over your hips, sink a little bit lower, hold and breathe. You're here for 4, get lower, 3, get lower, 2, lower your heels, forward fold, up and over the legs. Amazing job. Whew. Feel free to take any movement that feels good for you here, bending the knees, swaying the hips, shaking the head out. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. One more time, breathe in and let it go. Bend your knees. Push into your heels and slowly roll yourself up. One vertebrae at a time. You can use the wall for a little bit of support as you bend your left knee and catch your left foot for a quadricep stretch. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Slide your left thigh bone back and then really feel your pubic bone pulling up towards your belly button here. Okay, and that's going to give you a little bigger stretch for the left quadricep. That feels so good after that thigh work. Big breath in and a big breath out. One more time, inhale and exhale. Release your foot, send it out in front of you, flexing through the left heel. Pull the hips back as you hinge your torso forward. Now you can keep your hands on your hips, or if you prefer, you could rest your hands on your right thigh, really pulling the left pinky toe and the left hip bone back here, opening up through the back of the left leg. If you want to take your hands down to the floor, feel free to do that. Big breath in. And as you exhale, maybe hinge forward a little deeper. Rise up, and we'll switch sides. The right foot comes into your right hand. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Slide your right thigh bone back, and then really feel your pubic bone tipping up towards your belly button here. Open up across the right side of the chest, and feel the inner thighs squeezing towards one another in this position. Big breath in, and let it go. One more time, inhale, and exhale. Release your right foot, slide it out in front of you, flexing to the right toes. Hips hinge back as your torso hinges forward. You can keep your hands on your hips, or if you want, you can rest them on the left thigh. Really actively flexing the right pinky toe and pulling the right hip bone back here, opening up to the whole backside of the right leg. Big breath in. And then as you exhale, maybe hinge forward a little deeper. Rise up, spin to face your wall one more time. Take your hands to the wall. Walk your feet back, and then find a nice chest stretch. Diving your heart down towards the floor here. Reaching your hips back, reaching the crown of your head forward. You can also do this with your forearms on the wall if that feels better in your body. I like to take a little movement of my hips from side to side, kind of opening up through the side bodies. Let's take 2 big breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, melt a little deeper. One more time, inhale. Exhale, melt. Soften your knees, release your hands, and let yourself roll up to stand. Together, we inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, let it go. And that is your class for today. Amazing work. I hope that you're feeling so accomplished. I am so proud of all of you. I'm proud of myself too. Like, let's do this, right? I'll be back here tomorrow with your final day of your 7-day challenge, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day today.